Language Book 4, Unit 3, page 24. Clever Polly. One day, while Polly was cooking, the doorbell rang. Polly opened the door. There was a great black wolf. He put his foot inside the door and said, "I'm going to eat you." "Oh, no," said Polly. "I don't want you to eat me." "Oh, yes," said the wolf. "I'm going to eat you. But first, tell me, what is that delicious smell?" "Come to the kitchen," said Polly, "and I'll show you." She took the wolf to the kitchen. There on the table was a delicious-looking pie. "Have a slice," said Polly. The wolf was hungry, and he said, "Yes, please." Polly cut a big piece for him. When he had eaten it, the wolf asked for another slice, and then for another. "Now," said Polly after the third helping, "are you going to eat me?" "Sorry, I'm too full of pie," said the wolf. "I'll come back another day to eat you." A week later, Polly was in her house again, and again the doorbell rang. Polly opened the door. There was the wolf again. "This time I'm going to eat you, Polly," said the wolf. "All right," said Polly. "But first, can you smell this?" The wolf put his nose inside the door. "Delicious," he said. "What is it?" "Come and see," said Polly. In the kitchen was a large chocolate cake. "Have a slice," said Polly. "Yes, please," said the wolf greedily. He ate 6 big slices. "Now, are you going to eat me?" asked Polly. "Sorry," said the wolf. "I'm too full of cake. I'll come back." He slunk out of the back door. A week later, the doorbell rang again. Polly opened the door, and there was the wolf. "This time you can't escape," he snarled. "I'm going to eat you now." "Smell in here first," said Polly. "Marvellous," said the wolf. "What is it?" "Toffee," said Polly. "But aren't you going to eat me?" "Couldn't I have a tiny bit of toffee first?" asked the wolf. "It's my favourite food." "Come to the kitchen," said Polly. In the kitchen, the toffee was cooking on the stove. "I must have a taste," said the wolf. "It's hot," said Polly. But the wolf took the spoon out of the saucepan and put it in his mouth. "Ow! Ow! Ow!" It was so hot that it burnt his tongue. It was so sticky that it stuck to his mouth. The wolf howled. Then he ran out of the house and never came back.
Hello, my students. Here is Mr. Macmillan, and today we have Unit 3, Clever Polly. So now we are going to know why is she clever. So one day while Polly was cooking, the doorbell rang. When she opened the door, she found Black Wolf. The wolf wanted to eat her. The wolf wanted to know what is that delicious smell before he eats her. So Polly took the wolf to the kitchen and he found a delicious pie. The wolf asked Polly to have a slice. After that he ate many slices and asked for more. And so he left. After a week, the wolf came again to eat Polly, but he smelled a different delicious smell. It was a chocolate cake. Again, the wolf ate 6 big slices, so he was full of cake. He didn't eat Polly this time too. After a week, the wolf came to eat Polly, and again he smelled a delicious smell. It was toffee. The wolf ate toffee while it was cooking on the stove. The toffee was hot and it burned his tongue. It was also sticky and it stuck in his mouth. So the wolf howled. So can you tell me what is the meaning of howled? Yes, يعني صوت الذئاب لما بيعوا. The wolf howled and he ran out of the house and never came back again. So Polly was clever to let the toffee on the stove, or it was cooking, she was cooking the toffee. So when the wolf came, he smelled that delicious smell and he couldn't resist it. So he went to the kitchen and started to eat the hot toffee, and so it burned his tongue. And this is why Polly was clever. Thank you for listening. Here is the most important vocabulary in this lesson, so please write it in your copybook. Again, please write it in your copybook. Here is the most important vocabulary in this lesson, so please write it in your copybook. Again, please write it in your copybook. Here are some exercises on what we have learned before, so think carefully and try to answer by yourself, and in the next slide you will find the model answer. Here are some exercises on what we have learned before, so think carefully and try to answer by yourself, and in the next slide you will find the model answer. Here are some exercises on what we have learned before, so think carefully and try to answer by yourself, and in the next slide you will find the model answer. Here are some exercises on what we have learned before, so think carefully and try to answer by yourself, and in the next slide you will find the model answer.
Unit 3, Spelling, page 29.
The letters LE sometimes come at the end of a word.
Table,
Here are some exercises on what we have learned before, so think carefully and try to answer by yourself, and in the next slide you will find the model answer.
Unit 3, Reading for Enrichment, page 31. Why do we eat?
we eat to stay healthy. Different foods help us in different ways.
Foods.
Bread, pasta, cereals, rice.
Why we need them.
These foods have starch in them. They give us energy.
Foods.
Biscuits, cakes, sweets.
Why we need them.
These foods have sugar in them. They give us energy.
Foods.
Fish, meat, milk, eggs.
Why we need them.
These foods help the body to get better when we are sick or hurt.
Foods.
Cheese, butter, cooking oil.
Why we need them.
These foods have fat in them. They give us energy.
Foods.
Fruit, vegetables.
Why we need them.
These foods are full of vitamins. They keep us healthy.
Food.
Water.
Why we need it.
70% of your body is water. Drink a lot of water every day.